If you've been in the ant keeping community, then you've definitely heard of Ants Canada. And today we're going to have a look at one of their nests. Let's get into it. This video is sponsored by Ant Keeping Depot. Click on the link in the description to check out their website. So the package arrived, as we see here, the Ants Canada. Now this is the Hybrid Nest Mini 2.0 version. Quite a nice nest on the website, so I thought I'd grab this one. Now the postage was a little bit of a killer from the States. In fact, the postage cost as much as the nest did itself. But anyway, it's packaged nicely here, we can see. So we'll get all of the components out of the box here. We'll have a look at it, see what's included when you buy one of these nests. So again, this is the Hybrid Nest Mini. We'll have a good look around it and I'll explain some of the features of this nest, and yeah, so you get a bit of an idea and see if it's something that you might be interested in getting. And we'll have a look at some of the specs with it. So to begin with, we've got these two cardboard packages that the nest comes with. We can obviously see the nest here in the middle, but let's open these cardboard boxes and see what's inside each of these, the little accessories that come with it. So what we have here is we've got a piece of tubing, nice long piece of tubing, which is great, always comes in handy. And we've got this test tube. Now it's a little bit of a different style of test tube. It's got a few interesting features. It's got these ridges, probably to stop it rolling around, and it's got a nice little mark halfway up, which might be where you might fill the water to perhaps. Maybe an indicator like that. The second box, let's open that and we'll see what we've got inside that one as well. Everything was nicely packaged and arrived very safe, so that's good. So we've got some connector pieces. First connector here, just a sort of a step down or step up size. We've got one here with again a tube, so a little bit of a thinner end to it. And then again we've got an even thinner entrance, so depending on your species of ants, which connector you might use. And then we've got a little plug here. So let's have a look at these together. Now if you go on the website, you'll see a picture like this, which is the nest. Now it is a little bit different to this one, so it must be a bit of an old 3D drawing. Some of the specs that you'll see there, you can see what it's designed for, the hydration level, 40 to 60% humidity, some of the suitable species as well, but I'm sure you could put most things inside this nest. So here's the little overview of what you get in the package. So first of all, we have these connectors like so. Now you can connect it up to your tubing that runs out of it. And because of the different sizes, you may have a small species that you just want to have a little hole, or you might need it slightly bigger. So you've got a couple of options here. You've got a step up, step down connector here for your tubing. And then this one's actually a plug. Now what you can do with this is you can block one of the entrances, but you've still got some little air holes in here. Now depending on what species you keep, you may want to be careful too if they're very tiny. So on the side of the nest, you can see here we've got these entrances. So one entrance, and we've got these other holes here, which we'll explain shortly as well. So you can get these little connectors like so, and they just slide neatly, snugly in there. And if you press them in, they tighten up, so there's no gaps. You've got a hole on the other side. So there's two entrances or two exits from this nest. So you can lead out perhaps to another nest and an outworld, or you might be able to connect up your test tube with some water or some sugar solution on the side to feed them. So a few different little things you can sort of set up for this nest, which is pretty cool. Nice little connectors. They're very well finished connectors. Everything fits well, and that's what it's designed for. So just like so, perhaps you could put a water feeder off the side there. Keeps the humidity levels up too. So yeah, a couple of nice little options there with that. Okay, let's have a little bit of a play around with some of these connectors just to give you a little bit of an idea. So you can get the tubing like so, and you could put the tubing straight into the side like this if you want. It's a very nice, tight, snug fit, which is what you want with your ants. So you can put it directly in, or you could use some of the connectors. So again, that could run into an outworld. Obviously, you can cut that tubing down to size too if you don't need it that big. On the other side here, again, you can connect up something else. So using one of these connectors like so, one that's just nice and round and open, plug it in the side there, and then you can connect up the test tube, again with water or sugar solution to feed your ants. So nice little clean design. With the other ones, you can put in here, obviously, to go out into an outworld, a small connector, and then you can use this plug just to plug up the other side as well. And that just fits snugly in there. So it's pretty cool. These little connectors are really well done and really well designed. And you can see that the entrances are both there at the top of the Nest. So let's have a look at the few features of the actual Nest itself. So it's got the nice logo and printed, nice handle on the top here as well for the little lid. The block out lid just to stop the light getting into the Nest. Now it is this harder sort of plastic. It's not 3D printed, it's a molded plastic. So it's quite hard, which is fine. And it means that you get some very clean finishes, very smooth, clean finishes. So here we can see inside the Hybrid Nest Mini. So down the bottom you'll notice that you've got some different sort of floor. You've got the holes in the bottom of the Nest here, which are drilled in, and these are very tiny and fine in this one. Now that is for the hydration system, and we'll get into that in a little while. Up the top though, there's none of that. It's just the flat plastic bottom on the Nest. And I like the configuration of the actual chambers. Very good. Okay, let's have a little bit more of a look, because what happens is with this top section here, you can lift it off and you can place it next to it. And you've got all of this room underneath the Nest. Now in here, again, you can put whatever you want in here, and it's got these channels that get into here, and that's for the hydration system, to allow that water to evaporate up into it. Now if you look on the website, there's a couple of different options what you can do with it. You can put sand in there and wet the sand, you can put cotton wool, you can put dirt, substrate, anything you want in the bottom there to use as a media to release that moisture and humidity up inside the Nest. So that's pretty cool. You just want to be a little bit careful, I guess, because of things like mold developing underneath there. But it's easy to clean out. Now you've got these holes up the top here. Now that channel, that round one, you could put a heat cable all the way through there. You could stuff that heat cable all the way through, and that'll heat from the top of the Nest down to radiate down. And again, on the website, it just mentions that that's to simulate perhaps the top level or outside for the ground, so the heat just radiates down through the Nest. So there you go. There's an overview of what you see inside the package. Gives you a bit of an idea about the Nest as well. Let me know down in the comments below, have you used an antscanada Nest like this? What did you think of it? I'm really happy with the quality of it. It's very nice. The price was quite reasonable for a Nest like this as well. Just the shipping was a bit of a killer for me here in Australia. But if you're in the United States, I'm sure that shipping would be a lot less. Very nicely packaged, nicely finished. Obviously he's been in the game for a long time, and I hope you've enjoyed this bit of an overview of an antscanada Nest. If you would like to support the channel, head over to Patreon, patreon.com/NovoAnts, and you can choose from the different levels and the different perks that come along with those different levels as well. So thank you very much. A huge thanks to my Patreons. Thank you Medical Carcass 9, Ants 3D, John Redwood, William Bass, and K Single. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And thanks to all my other Patreons as well. Now, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and the thumbs up as well. On your screen, you'll see a video recommended for you by YouTube, and also one that I've picked that you might enjoy. I hope you enjoy watching the videos on this channel, and remember, happy ant keeping.